How do you know if your custom audience is being built through the pieces of code that are installed inside of your website and capturing new audience members as soon as someone lands on your site? Brady Theodore asks, once the Google Tag Manager, Facebook Pixel, LinkedIn Insight Tag, and Pinterest Tag are installed within your website, how do you know if they're firing correctly, /installed correctly, and are in fact collecting new audience members for you from landing on your website? Okay, let's do this. Let's back up a little bit here. What Brady is referring to are pieces of code that you install within the head tag of your website, your blog, your capture page, so that if people simply land on that page, you capture them inside of your custom audiences for each platform without them even knowing they've been captured, and then you can retarget to them on all of those platforms as you wish. Now the question is how to know if they're firing off correctly. Amazing question, because sometimes you install the code, you think you did it right, you don't really know, is it working? How do I see my audience members? So amazing question, but I still have to back up a little. I'm going to state the names for each platform. So for those of you that are extremely resourceful, as you should be, if you're an entrepreneur, you know what they're called. So if you want to show up in people's Google searches, in their Gmail inboxes, and on their YouTube searches, you need to install what's called the G tag. It's a piece of code. Look it up, install that in between the head tags of your website or page. For Facebook, it's called the Facebook Pixel. For LinkedIn, it's called the LinkedIn Insight Tag. And for Pinterest, it's called the Pinterest Tag. And yes, you could and you should, if you want to play big, install them all within your head tag. If you're going to install one, why not install them all, right? So each of those tags can be found in each of your social media accounts, and they each have a different process to find that code. So you'll have to be resourceful. Now, how do you know if they're firing off? Here we go. You're going to need to write this down. Write down the names I tell you to search for, and the following three are Google Chrome extensions. For Facebook, it's called the Facebook Pixel Helper extension. It'll put a little icon at the top of your browser and you can click it. It'll show you if there's a pixel installed. When you click it, it will show you your pixel code. And it will tell you if it's active or not, if it's actually firing off, collecting new audience members. And to see the number of audience members, you need to log into your Facebook account to see those numbers. And no, you do not get their information. You just see the number of new audience members. The plugin for Google Ads, which you can retarget to on Google searches, Gmail inboxes, and YouTube searches, it's called the Tag Assistant by Google. And once again, that's a little icon in your browser. So I've got my Facebook Pixel Helper. Then beside it, I have my Tag Assistant by Google. That's what it's called. And then for Pinterest, it's called the Pinterest Tag Helper. And it's like a little pin. It's red. And it's another icon up in the top of your browser. So I've got them side by side. I see if they're firing off. I actually click them. I see that it is in fact my Pinterest tag, my Google tag, G tag, and my Facebook Pixel. I see that all in my browser. If one of those are not lit up, I know there's something wrong. And for LinkedIn, I have not found a plugin for that. So what you do is you go to your LinkedIn Campaign Manager, You can simply go to linkedin.com once you're logged in /campaign manager. No space, no underscore, no dash. One word. linkedin.com /campaign manager. Once you're there, you will see your ad account below. Click your ad account. Once you've done that, you'll see 3 big headings at the top: campaign performance, website demographics, and account assets. Click on account assets. That drop down will drop and click on matched audiences. Once you click that, it will tell you if it's firing off and when the last capture was. Mine says 12 minutes ago. Sometimes it'll say 1 minute ago. Sometimes it'll say 15 minutes ago. But there's a little green light that means it's actually working. And the default number is less than 300 members until you break that 300, and then it'll show you 12,000, or hold on, 48,000 in your custom audience, depending how big your custom audience is. So that is how you know whether your pieces of code are firing off correctly on your website. I hope I mentioned that. You have to be on your website in your browser to see if they're firing off or not. I just assumed that would be obvious. So you're on your website, then you see if those plugins are firing off. For LinkedIn, it doesn't matter because you're going in the LinkedIn back office, your marketing account. Super worth doing, guys. Take the time, get resourceful, because you only need to install these guys once, then you're done. Then you could promote your website and collect new custom audience members for all platforms, or should I say that you can retarget on all platforms just by them landing on it once. So it's a one-time job. Just get her done. And that's how you know whether they're all firing off. I hope I've answered your question, Brady, and have a great day. I'll see you guys on the next Ask Lalonde show. Bye-bye now. Thank you for watching or listening. I hope this content has helped you in any way, maybe motivated, inspired you. Maybe it's triggered an idea. Maybe it's gotten you out of a rut. Maybe it's simply entertained you. Listen, I'm just an ex-computer consultant guy who lost his way to drugs and alcohol and eventually became homeless. From rock bottom, I cleaned up, I clawed my way back into the workforce. I shifted into running my own business. I've been retired from the corporate world for 7 years now, and I've never looked back. If you want to follow me on my journey or maybe even connect further, you can either go to my blog at thewealthytrainer.com. That's thewealthytrainer.com, or you can click the link in the description if you're watching this video. Marc Lalonde signing off, and I'll see you on the inside. Bye-bye now.